What is the abomination of desolation? Let's start with the book of the prophet Daniel. Daniel the prophet uses this phrase, the abomination that maketh desolate. The abomination is a physical object, a detestable thing that makes desolate. As for whether this word desolate is an adjective or a verb, it's an adjective. Professor Gordon Campbell of the University of Leicester commented on the matter, explaining that in English, desolate as a verb is always transitive, and it clearly is not that here. Transitive verbs must have an object. You have to desolate something. There is no object in either Daniel chapter 11 verse 31 or Daniel chapter 12 verse 11, he explained. Thus, desolate is an adjective in those scriptures. The adjective desolate means without inhabitants, uninhabited, deprived of inhabitants, laid waste. In the books of Matthew and Mark, Jesus uses this phrase, the abomination of desolation. Because the abomination makes desolate, through metonymy it is of desolation. The noun desolation means a loneliness or lying waste, a laying or a lying waste. The abomination of desolation is an abhorrent object that Antichrist's military force will both place and set up in the Jews' third temple, and this will happen in the middle of a 7-year covenant which Antichrist shall confirm with many. Of a truth, the abomination of desolation is an abomination that astonishes, that is, surprises, amazes, and confounds. For it shall astound the Jews to see not only an abomination, not only desolation, but an abomination of desolation set up in their holy temple. This shall grieve and astonish them, and shall stir up emotions of fear and wonder. Not only will Antichrist put a detestable object in the Jews' temple, but his military force shall pollute the sanctuary of strength. That is, they will defile the temple, and with his abominable armies he shall make the temple desolate. Some people believe that Daniel's prophecies were fulfilled by Greek king Antiochus Epiphanes in the 2nd century BC, but there are a few problems with this notion. For example, the events of Daniel chapter 11 flow into chapter 12, and the beginning of this chapter tells of a resurrection which undoubtedly happened several years after the wicked king sets up the abomination that makes desolate. Chapter 12 verses 1, 2, and 3 say, And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. Therefore, to believe that Daniel the prophet is speaking of Antiochus Epiphanes is to believe that a resurrection took place in the 2nd century BC. Since no resurrection happened in said century, these prophecies are yet future. In addition, those who believe that Daniel's prophecies were fulfilled in Antiochus' day must explain who the people were who shone as the brightness of the firmament, and those others who shone as the stars. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and consider subscribing to the channel. If you like reading, and if you enjoy studying the names of God, then you may be interested in my book, titled A Book of God's Names, containing over 70 names and titles with comments on each. If you've ever wondered why the name Holy Ghost was removed from English Bibles, then you may find my other book interesting, titled Holy Ghost, The Forgotten Name. Both are available as ebooks and paperbacks on Amazon. Links are in the description.